Hi everyone. Okay, so this wasn't originally meant to be planned. Okay, I didn't pick my TBR this month. This is on Darren. Have a go at Darren. This series I wanted to do a reading vlog for, and I was like, okay, so I just done Good Girls Guide. I was gonna take a break from reading vlogs for a bit and think of other cool videos that I could do. I did think of one, and then yeah, but Darren is not on the same wavelength as I am. He saw the TBR pile upstairs and he said to himself, I'm going to help her knock that down. So we have a reading vlog for you because, yeah, but this one I'm going to try to do is non-spoiler. I know most people probably already read it, but I'm pretty sure if you're like me, you probably haven't if you're waiting for like the whole, including the other like side series to come out. So I'm reading the Inheritance Games. Um, I'm going in with absolutely no knowledge. The idea, oh, okay, so from the back it says she came from nothing. Avery has a plan to keep her head down, work hard for a better future. Then an erratic billionaire dies, leaving her almost his entire fortune. And no one, least of all Avery, knows why. Okay, so secret daughter type thing, maybe? It's a YA, guys, so it probably isn't that, just to say. They had everything. Now she must move into the mansion she's inherited. It's filled with secrets and codes. The old man's surviving relatives, a family well hell bent, on discovering why Avery got their money. Oh wow, that's rude. Now there's only one rule: winner takes all. Soon she is caught in a deadly game that everyone is in this strange family is playing. But just how far will they go to keep their fortune? So, uh, not. This feels so familiar, like another book, uh, or maybe even a movie. Oh, I'm thinking of a movie where they all get locked in and he turns off all their like cell phone reception. I can't remember the name of the film. I'm pretty sure that was a horror film. They all went around basically killing each other. And it does kind of remind me of, I don't know where it is. Where is it? Ah, there we go. It kind of reminds me of this one where the woman passed and she's basically left everything to her niece, and she has to go, and this is a puzzle one. They have to solve clues to win the thing at the end, so win the house and everything with it. So yeah, it kind of reminded me of that, just reading the back. And it does remember that movie. I don't know, I can't remember what the name of the movie is. It's some horror film, and it's like someone's like, "Come meet your cousin for the first time," and she's like, "Okay," and then like an hour later, that same cousin's trying to shoot her in the face. You know, I feel like it's gonna be something like that. Okay, so realistically, I'm still pretty much going in blind. I do have the rest of the series to get through. I'm going to try and keep this non-spoiler for those that haven't read this book even. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. And obviously, this is another mystery. I've just finished like Good Girls Guide set, and I don't know. I seem to be in this kind of setting, but I mean, Darren did break up the series for me politely on the TBR pile, so we're gonna start this one. I don't want to get like too many updates on this. I think I worked out like 4 updates. I'm reading like loads of chapters. I did notice how short they are, so like between them all, they're quite short. So I thought I'll just try to get as many in. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to keep this non-spoiler. If there's something that gets me like, oh my god, I'll probably will have to say that it's gonna be a spoiler at that part. But I'm gonna try my hardest not to. I didn't really do any spoilers for Onyx Storm when I did that one, so hopefully you can keep non-spoiler here. I just want a break from filming, but I don't get one. This is Darren's fault. This is what I get for letting him pick my TBR. But the promise of if I finish my whole TBR, he'll put money in my money jar for me, so I can buy new books. so I can forgive. So let's get into it and see what happens, shall we? Okay, so just trying to be non-spoiler. I did make notes, but I mean, like, narrowing down the notes is, I don't know, super hard. So yeah. Um, we're that far. Okay, I just started it really, and oh my gosh. So our female main character is Avery. It is all in her POV. She is, as you can see, from the back, it just says that she plans to keep her head down. Okay, she gets like, she finds out she's part of this inheritance thing, and she's all like, you know, um, and I feel like so we got to meet all the brothers. I'm loving the fact that her sister is like it feels like her sister and the eldest brother is kind of like getting along there. Um, and then we get the other three brothers. Okay, so I know that one of them is younger than her by the sounds of it, and one's just older than her, and then one's roughly the same age. I don't know. How do you? So it does say that she gets, yeah, he leaves her in his entire fortune. So he's literally give it to her, and now she's like, holy crap, kind of thing. Like, what do I do? Okay, now I get that it's difficult, especially for someone that wasn't like that before, and I feel like maybe like the theory of her being his kid was maybe not, but maybe her mum. Like now I'm getting more theories. Like maybe her mum's actually his daughter, and she's a granddaughter. So his mum's like a illegitimate child, and like she's an illegitimate grandchild, and he left her because I mean it doesn't make sense. Even when you read the letters that they were given, like she was given a letter for after the will to read, it still doesn't make any sense. And I feel like everyone that's already read this would know how infuriating this is at this point. Like you're right at the beginning. I hope this gets cleared up because I'm getting so frustrated. If I'm reading this whole book and I don't find out why he left her his that inheritance, and it's not in any other book, I may go crazy. Like legit crazy. Okay? So I'm putting that aside for now. I am from just that aside, as you can tell, frustration. I'm just super confused. Confused on everything, but I am enjoying the process. And my favorite, I think, right now, currently, is between Xander and Jameson. Right now, Xander's got this cute, like, I don't know. He feels very like he's got a different kind of smarts, clearly, and he's more laid back. Like him and Nash are quite laid back, but I feel like Nash. I feel like there's more to that. Um, yeah, but like Jameson doesn't seem as laid back, but he is very smart too. I think they're all smart in their own ways. They like they said they all know their grandfather well. This is definitely part of it. So I'm dying to get back into it to see what happens. I know this is only a short update, but because I'm doing non-spoiler, I'm trying really hard not to spoil anything. And holy heck, did I just set myself a challenge? It knocks down every bit of note that I had to narrow it down to that is basically just a big massive spoiler, so I have to say something else. But basing off the notes, um, the thing is like I can't imagine how she feels. Her whole life would be uprooted. She doesn't live there. I think the only thing is like she's now got to navigate life as an heiress, like being left all this money, and it's not a millionaire; he's a billionaire. So yeah, there's that. So I'm gonna get back into it and see what happens next. I'm super excited if you couldn't tell. Yeah, so let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm halfway through, and honestly, this whole thing is making me so confused. As it is a non-spoiler, I can't really tell you too much. I just feel like every time we're starting to get answers on certain things, we're going back steps. We start going forward, and then suddenly we're kind of like getting thrown back to like, I don't know, still the same place as we were before. Um, I don't feel like we're getting anywhere, really. I feel like the only good thing is we had the DNA test results, so I guess that was kind of that question was answered. But then now there's just so many more, hundreds more, and oh my lord, I can't for the life of me get any real answers. Like even when I think I figured something out, I haven't. I mean, I'm not very good with the mystery books, to be honest. If I was watching a show, probably I could get it hands down, but not when reading. Um, as a rough basis on what's happening without it being uh without it being a spoiler, because I don't want to give a spoiler. Trying to look through my notes to see what I can say to you. Um, okay, so I feel like perhaps people are like they're all definitely manipulating each other. Apart from probably Avery, she's the only one that doesn't really know what's going on. It probably is like some big thing going on here. She doesn't know the actual. Yeah, yeah. She doesn't really know what's really going on. Um, I feel like maybe she's getting uh kind of like, yeah, she's definitely getting manipulated. Um, but I think the real question is, who's the only people or person that isn't manipulating her? Because in kind of a respect, this isn't a spoiler. This is just a thought. It feels kind of like the sister is a little bit with the shit that's going on with her, with like the boyfriend. I feel like that's just so. Mm, mm, yeah, maybe the only one that isn't really manipulating her is Nash, the eldest brother, and maybe Xander, maybe. Then he kind of already pointed out something else. So I don't know for sure. But it is, I just feel like it's all like one big game to all these people. Like, there's so much going on. And when I thought I had one theory, it turned out I was wrong. Like, I honestly thought solid that we were getting somewhere, and then we had something else thrown at us. So now I'm still in this state of confusion. I feel like I'm going to be in this confusion throughout the whole book, but because I'm not giving you spoilers, I can't tell you what's confusing me. But I'm halfway through. I'm gonna read the next set, but I'm gonna go have a bath and change into some comfortable pajamas. Pardon me. Read the next set. Maybe if I read the next set, we'll then come back and have a update in pajamas. Don't judge me. Um, and see where we go from there. Like that way, I'll be 3/4 through the book near the end, and we'll find out exactly what's happening. I feel like I need answers. Honestly, I feel just so confused and so frustrated. And the worst part is, I feel like it's gonna be a cliffhanger, so that when it goes into this one, I'm gonna be like, "What happened?" But I really want like, I don't know. I don't want quite a cliffhanger, but I kind of do at the same time. Obviously, it's gonna be a whole vlog series. Hopefully, all non-spoiler. I'm doing my best to keep to that non-spoiler for you guys so far, and I hope I've done well. Yeah, I'm just gonna crack on and hopefully get back to you later on this evening. I have to keep stopping and starting because adulting. Plus side is though, because the chapters are so short, it's not taking as long to read through it. I just have to stop doing adulting. So I'm gonna have a nice warm hot bubble bath, relax, get some more reading in. I'm hoping to be able to finish the last half of the book by this evening, like later on this evening for sure. I won't be reading it all at once. I will do the update at the next part and then hopefully finish it tonight. So then you'll have the whole thing this evening. It should be kind of weird because I don't know how often I don't really get through books in a whole day that often, so it'd be quite interesting to see if I can get through it in a day. But yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, so I only have like a little bit left, and holy heck, I feel like I'm just not getting any answers. I mean, I'm now suspecting everyone of something at this point, guys. Oh my god, this is so hard to do. This is a non-spoiler. I want to tell you so much, and I can't because I'm trying to do non-spoiler. But I'm literally suspecting everybody. Okay, nobody is free of suspicion at all. Okay, I really feel like we need to emphasize that everybody is like under investigation right now. Everyone is on the suspect list. I really do feel like I'm reading Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but with a lot more darker twisting to it. Um, so where we've left off now on her is basically is that I'm okay. I can't tell you that part either. So, okay. So I don't like the sister's boyfriend. I never did from the beginning. Ex-boyfriend, boyfriend, whatever you want to call him. And now it's giving me even more reason to hate him by this point. Okay, so I'm about to start chapter 70. And obviously, so she's not used to the like all this kind of big monies type thing. She has to have like media training. It makes sense. So that's literally where I left off, is that she's just about to, I'm pretty sure, just about to start media training. Okay, so that's like chapter 70. So before that, okay, we have chaos upon chaos, and maybe a little bit of romance with lots more chaos. That is literally how it's happening right now. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like both Jameson and Grayson. I think that there's definitely like kind of a love triangle there. Like she has kind of some feels towards both boys, if that even makes sense. Um, I feel like, I don't know, there's a lot more to their story, and I do feel like we need to get more information on these brothers, because not just the two that are kind of, I guess, triangly boys, but like all of them, they all seems to be something about all of them. The oldest one, he says that he, like, you know, they say he disappears and comes back. What does he really do while he's away? That's not even pointed out. I really want that pointed out. Like, what does he do? Does he even tell us? um I just want more on these brothers. They seem so fun and like different, but yet the same in so many ways. I think that's probably why it looks like Jameson and Grayson like clash, because they are so similar to each other. I think, aside from the fact that they're closest to in age, I do think that they are very, very similar, way too similar, kind of thing. Um, I think that we're about to get hopefully some real answers now. I loved how the whole clue thing of their names and stuff. So that's kind of cool. I can't tell you more to that. I have a theory on that, but I can't tell you that theory because it's meant to be non-spoiler. um, I'm hoping that in these last bits we get actual answers. I'm already feeling like I need some answers because my head is. If it doesn't explode yet, it will do. So with that in mind, I'm going to get into the last set because I can't give you too much information, but I am enjoying it, and I'm just confused and enjoying it at the same time, which is a weird combination, I know. So I'm just going to try to finish it off, and then I'll come back to you guys. Pray for me, guys. Okay, so it's official. I finished, and oh my lord. Okay, this whole book was crazy. There were things in there that definitely had me questioning like a lot of stuff. I mean, even with that ending, I still feel like there's so much more yet to come. So, basically, the rough idea is that we don't really know at the end of this one, not well and truly why she's left the inheritance. It's just, it kind of feels like a coincidence, I suppose. Right place, right time situation from the end of this one. Maybe it actually explains better in other books, but that's what I got from this one. That's not really a mad spoiler. I mean, throughout most of the book, it felt like she was just a random pick of a block. So I try not to give too many spoilers away. If there are any, I'm super sorry. However, I do love the bond that these brothers have. And I love the way how, you've got your oldest one who I'm feeling is getting to know her sister a bit more. Like, go them. And then you have the baby one who is so adorable. And now, like, there's more to him than I think even she knows. Like, there's a lot going on. Like, even, ugh, yeah, just way too much going on. Um, and like the two brothers. Okay, so I do feel like there was a love triangle between the two other brothers and her. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, my vote is not in right now. I haven't decided which one I think she'll pick. I know how I would like her to pick, but I don't. But then, do I though? Because I think they both got their like positives and negatives. I can't pick one of the boys for sure. No, no, no. I couldn't tell you who I'd pick. But then I'm just glad that it's not following like that other storyline that was in here. Like it was explaining a different kind of story between the brothers and someone else, and I'm glad that's not quite what's happening here. With all that aside, I really have enjoyed this book. It is a 4.5 star. Now I know, guys. Oh my gosh, Jess, you liked what was it? Good Girls Guide to Murder, which I've stuck behind me, changed up the thing a bit. Why I did that, I'll tell you why I did that too. Because I had realized that I have that shelf up there was the Elsie Silver shelf. And then I'd realized I still have 4 more books I need to read of hers, 1 more from the Rose Hill series, and then she's releasing a whole nother series next year. Can we see that cube fitting all that in? Mm-mm. So Good Girls Guide is there, and Elsie is back here, as you can see. Her powers changed. So anyway, with Good Girls Guide, I did have a fun time reading. I gave that pretty much as a whole overall series a 5 star, but individually most of them were, or all 3 main books were a 4.575. This is a 4.5. I did enjoy it. I just feel so confused, which is probably why it gave less of a point for me. Because I hate feeling confused by the end of the book, even though I know it's a serious book. I still want to know like the answers I want to my own questions, guys. I don't like not knowing. So with that aside, yeah. This is where we're at. 4.5 star. I am going to be reading the next one. I'm going to take a little break. I do have to catch up on a buddy read, my read for my Darren's reading vlog, and then I'll start the next book. Give me a bit of a break. So yeah, this is a 4.5 star. I did enjoy it. I would recommend it if you haven't tried it already. Yeah, I didn't really see any issues with the book per se. Like it's YA, so it's not like graphic details on things, and like because of that YA feel, it didn't have anything too negative in there. I don't really feel like there's anything that bad in there. I just have more questions at the end of this book than I do answers. I am hoping that the next book will give me the answers I desire. Fingers crossed. So let's see.